morning, everybody, and welcome to a little slice of hell. Yes, it is the Rancho workshop, and well, today's the day. I've decided we have such gorgeous weather. It's going to be close to 90 degrees today, coming into mid-October here. I decided that I'm going to bite the bullet this weekend and get this shop into shape. You know why? Because we can start to do our wintertime projects in here. All of our cool electronic stuff. You remember last year we built an FM transmitter, our own little tiny FM transmitter. Did some restoration work on the stereo consoles and some other items. And some of this stuff we left undone, particularly the 1960 Motorola 21-tube stereo console, which is considered the best one ever manufactured. So come on into the shop and we'll take a look what we're up against today. This will give you an idea of what we're up against. We have boxes right in front of the camera that people have sent me with equipment to be worked on. We have projects that are halfway done, the Motorola Madman radio. Now, a lot of stuff has been sold in the workshop here. A lot of my equipment, my test equipment, I gave some of it away, quite a bit of it away actually, to people that are in the hobby and, well, don't have a lot of, there's not a lot of money in vintage electronic repair work, but they were very glad to have things, some of the old school test equipment I have. I've kept a lot of it, but we've got to start removing stuff from the shed here so we understand what we have and then put things back. But before we do that, I'll get on the selfie stick here and walk you guys around a little bit and let you see what let you see how much reduced the volume of stuff here is in the shop. Boy, look at our tomatoes, still going strong, almost mid-October here, huh? Got some beauties here, huh? All right, no screwing around. Let's get into the shop here. All right, well, you know that I picked up on the side of the road, we got the Ryobi 2700 PSI. I did get the parts for that, so we'll be able to do an upcoming video project on that. And well, the hardware is pretty squared away over here, and a lot of the electronics, you'll remember we got all of our electrolytic capacitors we sorted out and got arranged in here. Tons of our resistors. We've got all good to go, diodes, Zener, and general ones, Mylar caps, transistors. We got a lot of stuff. One of the big issues though down below this box is we've got a huge load of parts that we bought from that shop in Cambridge, Maryland that closed down, that TV and electronics repair shop. We've still got tons of stuff I haven't even begun to sort out yet. IC chips and holders and, well, the orange drop caps, all kinds of goodies in here. Haven't even begun to work on that yet. But if you look on the shelf, as I said, a lot of the stuff is gone. You're going to see a lot more spaces empty up there, and that's a good thing. I got rid of the stuff that was duplicate, stuff I'll never use, stuff that somebody else could use. So that took care of a lot of that, and it freed up more room so I can get some stuff up on the shelves there. I'm trying to work this down to the items that I absolutely care the most about, the tube systems, the Sony, this vintage Sony AM FM receiver, some of the Marantz stuff that I have here. All the stuff that I really care about, I've stripped it down to the basic Baldwin and Wurlitzer tube organs here. And remember, this used to be way up to here. And so much of that stuff has now been sold, that old tube equipment, for a very good price, I might add. Now, my main thing to get finished up, of course, is this Motorola stereo console, the 21-tube stereo console. And it's basically done. You know, we had to clean some of the wood up here, give it time for some of the moisture to get out of the that was trapped in there and caused white rings. We're going to be able to go over that with Restore a Finished Walnut now. And I'm not going to sand it any, because you start to get into a mugs game. When you start to try to sand things out, then you find that you start to get more obvious color mismatches. I'd rather have one area that's not perfect than a whole mess on my hands of trying to refinish this unit, because this is a beautiful unit. So that's really the last step we have to do. I'm going to have Bobby help me get this onto the back deck, and we're going to use the Restore a Finish on it. And as you guys know, the tuner was repaired here. The amplifier was rebuilt and repaired. And I sent this off to Michigan to the Voice of Music, who was the original. There was one engineer left, a couple engineers left from that company to continue the tradition of the Voice of Music, because they made most of the record players for stereo console units, not just for Motorola, but for so many of the console manufacturers in the 1960s. I paid with shipping, two-way, and everything else $200 to have this restored and working beautifully, and now it's definitely worth it, because this is a real collector's item, this particular unit. You can see the video in there where when I went to pick it up with my Vietnamese gardener, and how happy I was to have it that day, because these are rare. What makes these particularly nice is these are called 3-channel. This is very rare. This is a 3-channel stereo console. You have your left channel, you have your right channel, and then you also have a center console channel that is strictly all bass. And there's the controls on it. Very nice. It also has the reverb unit, the Vibrasonic, that gives that depth of like a concert sound on it. If you look in the back, I don't know how great the lighting is. You can see the amplifier, the tube amp, and there's a huge Motorola 16-inch woofer on there, and that's just a dedicated channel on there. So how cool is that? So this took a lot of work to get this thing back into condition, and I can't wait to get it into the shop. So I want to go ahead and kind of get my tools back up on here and get this all organized. First thing I want to do is, as usual, is get everything out of the shop, and then I can figure a way to get it makes sense to get stuff back in again. Okay, are you with me today? You guys have been here for years. You know these projects and the way that they go. A little shot of moonshine before we start. One of our almost finished projects, repairing the Motorola Madman radio. Hope to get that going real fast this fall. That's going to really look cool when that's done, so stay tuned for that. We already did quite a bit on that, so that'll be fun. We have boxes and boxes of what people sent me to be repaired. Some of this stuff is really big. Oh. Handle with care, baby. Just trying to get everything out of the shop here. Whew. And start getting stuff on the shelves and put away. How about it, huh? This is the real cool 9-volt transmitter we used last winter to build a really low power FM transmitting station, and it was really cool to turn this on in the workshop and be able to pick it up in the house on the stereo, the Sherwood receiver in the kitchen. Now this winter, I want to build one that broadcasts in stereo. That'll be pretty cool. And we'll have our own low power FM stereo broadcast radio station here on the Rancho. Pretty cool, huh? Unfortunately, there was damage. You can see what happens here when you just are too lazy to put things away properly. And one of my 6v6 vacuum tubes kind of got destroyed on there. This is one of the really nice Magnavox 6v6 amplifier stereo amps here. So, well, got to be a little more careful. So what I've decided to do is put the tube stuff up on the top shelf there next to the big woofers that I have, and kind of keep that stuff separate. I have another Magnavox here that's got to be worked on too. So I'm going to try to keep that stuff good. I've got a upgraded oscilloscope over there. So continuing to move stuff out and start to get stuff put away here. But yeah, it shows you what happens when you don't take care of your stuff in the shop. I'll tell you, I was really lucky back in January when I was running this as an MP3 player to supply a amplifier with something to amplify. I thought I fried this T60 computer. In actuality, what I ended up frying was the power supply on it. So I was really lucked out. I've had so many computers I've rebuilt and everything that I had an extra power supply, and I popped it on in, and very lucky. She's firing away, checking for updates there. So yeah, very, very happy. I'll tell you guys, I've got so many vacuum tubes here, man. Just container full of container full of container of these. Good for working on, good for doing projects and stuff, to be able to have a lot of these things without ordering them in. But yeah, I've already filled up quite a few. You'll see back here. That back part, I'm just overflowing here, so I'm going to take out some of these. Put it. That's all full of knobs and stuff in that one. So yeah, lots of tubes. They're worth having, but they're worth having organized. I can tell you that. Also, crazy rhythm in the early days. This is one of these. This is one of these records that they produced to teach people how to listen to stereo, and it was very widely separated stereo music, left and right channel, and they would play a little something on the left side, right side, and your eyes would follow it back and forth. So pop that over there. This is the that's the Motorola unit I ended up buying. Darn lucky I got it. I think I paid $50 for it. Yeah, 1960. 7 loudspeakers on it. SK52W, the W stands for walnut. That's the finish that's on it, the walnut finish. So. Oh boy, guys. Really happy here. Got a new, not new, but a nicely refurbished Tektronix 2235A oscilloscope. It's going to be my new baby, along with my RCA 1966 single channel. This is a 2-channel oscilloscope. It's really very exciting to have it. I gave away my other one. Didn't really need that anymore, so I'm so happy. We're getting there, guys. I know it looks like hell, but I'm getting there. For heaven's sake, why don't you smack my butt? Okay, so what I'm doing is gradually moving from the front of the garage to the back. Oh boy, here comes the boss. I know you were pretty upset about the state of affairs in here.
Inspection time.
Oh crap, guys. We're making it.
Well, it's sure starting to shape up, eh?
Yeah, I thought you were going to come in and yell, I didn't make this mess, so don't look at me. You know. Yeah, I'm the Oscar Madison of the crew here. Here comes my Felix. So it's coming along pretty good, honey. I'm sweeping up back here and getting your water all squared away.
Yeah, looks great, honey.
Yeah,
Looks
gradually getting it.
Looks
You know, you'd be surprised how much room you really have when you're organized. It was just a bit too dangerous with you moving around in here, right?
So when I get my riding mower next week,
Oh
I
my
can
God, the riding mower.
pull it in.
There's
right
a whole,
right
your whole
here.
vast empire to have your push mower back there. Missy Jen's like, I don't do no push mower.
I'm gonna be a riding mower.
Riding in style. So we're getting her done, guys, today. So
Looking good, sweetie.
doing good. Thank you, honey.
Looking good.
Thank you. There
Damn.
we go. Jeez, there's a sight I've not seen for a hell of a long time. The top of my workbench. I can't even believe it. This is the part of the cleanup process where things are starting to come together pretty good, guys. Got my shelves full of all the test equipment. Got all of my some of my other tube stuff up there. Got to bring these boxes in. I want to continue sweeping and get this really clean here. But yeah, I am pretty darn happy right now. Finding some gloves and stuff and some parts that I thought I had lost. That's always a great thing when you're cleaning up, is finding stuff you thought was lost, right?
I didn't get kicked in the face too many times in the master exam.
Ooh.
As a former intern master told me that I hadn't had enough failure in the exam when I missed my first master exam because I hadn't failed any of my previous exams. So he said, this is good for you. And I said, I guess. So, right.
So I'm going to ask you a question that I hope you've never been asked before.
Okay.
So from the time that I was very young, we had a piano in the house. And I never had piano lessons, but I learned to play by ear. And I could play songs that were fairly convincing as good songs, well played, you know, just learning on my own and observing. And then I tried to take piano lessons.
I got my shop back. I cannot believe it. I can't be any happier than I am right now. I can actually start doing some wintertime projects. The only downside today is I crushed the printed circuit board on the Motorola Madman radio and just snapped it in half. So unfortunately, that's going to be the end of that project. I'll never see completion there. And that kind of sucks, but I found a lot of missing stuff that I had no idea where it went. I got a lot of things hung back up on the board, found a lot of tools, a lot of sockets that were missing. I am psyched, and I've got a nice clean shop, and I don't have to worry about Jen tripping when she comes in to get some bottled water. Or, yeah, you know, it's a good thing. Anyway, guys, thanks for being along, and end on a good note today with totally clean workshop. I got it back. Yay! Happy dance. being along, everybody.